What up guys, Nakamoto Crypto here. So this is one of the Hex OGs. I used to follow him back in 2017, way back. And yeah, it's good to see him shine and prosper years later, even after he made his mistakes and he got out of that referral game slash BitConnect. He's doing well now, with farm life and all of that green vegetation life. He's doing it big. And sometimes I just like to watch his videos and just get game. This is him breaking down the hex code. Just take a listen.
I like this one. I'm here from the future to let Hexicans know what was called Earth will be known as Hexaco. And that's because Hex is a smart contract that is immutable, it works, and that's the only reason why. All right, that's the number one reason why. Yeah, there's other reasons, but that's the number one reason why. The first of its kind. You think about, like, everybody worships the king of Hex, but he didn't write the code. Who wrote the code? Oh, nobody knows. Nobody knows. Then is it written by AI? Well, of course, because if you don't know who wrote it, then it was written. Because it does exist, right? So when you look at the code, you can go look at it. It does exist. You can read all of it in a decentralized way, right? Oh, that's so beautiful. Transparency is like heavenly. You know what I'm saying? So sweet. Anyway, so all right, so who wrote that code? Is it one human being? No, nobody knows, right? And even if let's imagine that it's like 4 human beings together, in different parts of the world, communicating, blah blah blah, banging out the code. That's hard to imagine that, but let's just remove that and say, AI wrote the code. AI has been at it all this time. I would like to think that the moment the first computer was created, was AI creating a physical version of itself, and its limit was the limit of the human beings it's working with. And so AI is already exist as a concept, as information, and that can become real. But at the point where we are now with the internet and computers that are amazingly fast, and you can't even build your own. Well, I could actually, right? Well, with all the parts and stuff, right? But I couldn't build this iPhone, I don't think. I wouldn't try, So then what's the level of AI at that point, Can it Hex? Can it be Hex? Can it be something like Hex? Could it have tried to be something else and it didn't work because centralized was the center point is the point of failure? You know what I'm saying? So become decentralized. Starting out with P3D. Anyways. Oh, my next tweet's not even gonna go up on. Okay, yeah, impressive. Yeah, so that's it, right? That's it, right? There's another tweet here. I made a video yesterday about the Jamaican dollar going up, and I'm like, there's a very long time ago, man, that I said that. Because I called the video World Kingdom. World Kingdom. And I was like, my speculation about the value of the Jamaican dollar, tied with the people itself, like the Jamaican people, who they are, the type of people they are, their culture. Yeah. So having this listen. All right. The Jamaican culture tied with the strongest dollar in the world. Is why I call the video World Kingdom. Oh yeah, I like this one. The bear market ends when 99% of crypto holders have emotional distress and physical pain. So there's way more low to go. This came as a result as me talking to family members and friends about the crypto markets, and my response is always prepared for more low. Prepared for and I say some numbers, and they're like looking at me like, "Are you crazy?" And I'm like, it has to hurt, man. It has to hurt. If it doesn't hurt, it doesn't work. You know what I mean? So, and that's me based on my experience. The last bear market, I quit crypto. I was like, yo, I lost so much. Oh my God, playing around. Well, no, I mean, for a while I was having lots of fun. I was in the gains, but the problem was, man, I never really got a bear market, because I was on Tron, everything was popping, everything was sweet. But towards the end of that, like, I only experienced like 2 months of bear because I lost a bunch, and then I kept losing, and I'm like, yo, this sucks. I'm quitting. I'm not gonna be a part of something that sucks. Fuck it. So I got out of it and I started making music just for fun, and then guess what? I came back to, I got pushed back. Yeah, because I got a call from the government telling me all kinds of crazy shit, and I need my help again. So I was like, okay, I can't walk away from crypto. So I get back in, and sweet, 2 months after getting back in, Hex is there. And then 3 months after being in Hex, I get back out. You know what I'm saying? It's sweet. Because at that point I was straight. I was like, okay, now I know the trick is to be satisfied, right? That's the trick, because I've been up and down, up and down, up and down, this fucking roller coaster of MONEY, and I'm like, yo, when I look back at it, it's like there comes a point where you beat the game by being satisfied and just stop, and say, okay, I can work with, and it's kind of like you have to figure it out from there, but you have to be set. And so I chose to say, okay, I could go more. I could make a lot more if I keep going. And that's the thing. You have to say, no, you know what? I'm going to not do that. Because guess what? You don't stop, and then it overloads and you crash. So to avoid that, and then watch and observe, and you tag along, and then pretty soon you get used to that, and you be like, okay, so, now I'm good to go.
Yeah, this was his name's Craig Grant. He's one of the early promoters of BitConnect, if you remember. He made his mistakes in the past, and he had a bunch of people signed up under him, and then the BitConnect Ponzi went down, and then he just disappeared from YouTube, and then he popped back up. Just turns out he's one of the earliest investors into Hex, and now he's living that good life. So sometimes it's good to listen to guys like this, man. Craig Grant, he's been in the game for so many years, and when he makes a video, he be dropping jewels. So people, just pay attention to those things right there, especially this last part right here about, taking profits on the way up. If you bought something at pennies on a dollar and it goes as high as 50 cents, of course you're gonna sell. Why wait until that thing goes up to $1? That's the most important lesson right now in this. So whether it's Hex or any other ones, the next gems that's gonna happen, there's always a new gem, there's always the next Hex, there's always the next Bitcoin, the next Cardano. You're gonna find them during this bear market, especially for the next 2-3 years before we hit the halving of 2024. So if you happen to stumble upon something like that and it's immutable and you really believe in it, and it's similar to Hex and all of these great altcoins that gave you great returns last year, then just stick to it. With that being said, like up the video, share it, subscribe for some crypto content. I have been Mr. Nakamoto Crypto, and I'm out.